From the biggest moments
Can you believe it?
to gold medal championships,
Sidney Crosby, the golden goal!
it's your update on Canada's game. You're listening to the True North Ice podcast with Jacob Ewing and Caleb Schneider. Welcome to the True North Ice podcast, where we talk about everything Hockey Canada and everything Canadian hockey related. I'm Jacob Ewing, joined along always by Caleb Schneider. Caleb, how are we doing on this fine Tuesday?
You know what? I'm doing great. I'm excited to talk more hockey. We're back in the new studio once again. Take a look.
Bang!
Producer. Yes, we have a producer in the studio / editor. We're moving up in the ranks. Do you want to talk about what we're going in today?
I would love to. So, today, as you know, we're in the international break of everything that's going on right now. World Championship's going to start very, very soon, though. When this episode drops, it should be closer to 2 to 3 weeks when the Women's World Champion starts. So that we'll definitely have an episode on that coming out very soon.
Yep.
So look forward to that. But today, we're talking about the best Canadian teams of all time.
Yes, sir.
We have a couple different categories. Of course, we have the Olympics. We have the World Juniors. We have the World Championship. And then we have a Canadian Cup / Summit Series.
Yep. It's gonna be interesting. A couple of them, I believe we'd have the same one.
I hope so.
I feel like some teams we have differently. I don't know how to describe it, but I went a little deep and really thought through what I wanted to go with.
Really?
I'm looking for the most dominant teams of all time.
Okay, I think I kind of went the same way. Some rosters have big names, but they didn't deliver at all, right?
That's for sure.
And some rosters maybe didn't have the biggest names, but went undefeated and
yeah. Like 06 Olympic team was just
sucked.
like they sucked.
They really did.
They lost to Switzerland.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. So if you have the 06 Olympic team, I'll be upset, but that's okay.
I do not.
Okay, I figured not. Okay. Anyways,
which one are we doing first, Jake?
So let's start with the Holy Grail. I think we start with the Olympics.
Okay.
Let's get this
Men's or
party started
women's?
off successfully. Men's.
Okay. Do you not have women? It's okay. The woman was harder.
Okay, that's good.
Let's get into the men's Olympic teams. Who do you got on your list?
You just want me to reveal it right now.
Let's just hear it, man.
Really, I was looking at two teams that my first thing was they had to win gold. They didn't win gold.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not
Same
choosing
here.
them at all.
Exactly.
So, like you said, the example earlier of the 2006 team. So it was kind of down to two.
Mm-hmm.
I cut it down to the 2002 Salt Lake City.
Yep.
Great team. Stacked team. And I also cut it down to also the 2014 Olympic team.
Yes. Okay.
And my choice for the best Olympic team of all time is the last time NHL players were allowed back at the Olympics. The 2014 Team Canada roster is, in my opinion, the greatest
that's
Olympic
what I got
roster.
Too.
Perfect.
Perfect. 2014 and then 2002 is my second option.
Yeah.
2010 was behind 2002.
Yeah, 2010 was good too.
It's just they weren't as strong, they weren't as dominant. Like they gave up 6 goals. No, they gave up 3 goals in 6 games.
Yeah.
The 2014 team.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like, isn't that insane?
That's insane. Yeah, the goals for goals against were 17-3.
Yeah. They
And
gave up
that was
0.
Really,
they gave up 0 against the U.S. and Sweden in those final 2 games too.
yeah, that was really my the whole reason I picked them. Like Price had a 9.72 save percentage.
Yep.
Like that's
It's
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
They outshot their opponents an average of 40 to 22.
Mm-hmm.
Price's goals against average 0.59. It's just,
It's hockey.
it's hockey.
Dominance.
Yeah. And they didn't really struggle too much.
Mm-hmm.
They're an incredibly defensive team.
Yep.
And it's not stars studded.
It's just well-rounded, most dominant, and at the time they're playing, the players hockey in general, a lot more star talent in all those other countries too, like U.S., Sweden. Russia, right?
Yeah.
Was Russia that year?
Russia was that year,
That was
yeah.
year. 2018 was when they were done.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, 20. They
Oh, 20.
They won.
Yeah, it was the
IOC.
IOC banned them, like Kuznetsov,
But yeah, I think this is easily the best team. Mind you, 2002 was like still a very good roster. Obviously,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Mario,
Star-studded.
Sakic,
It's more
Iginla,
star-studded, I
Yzerman,
think.
like
Yeah.
for sure. Even Wayne Gretzky is the general manager.
Yeah.
But the team has 13 Hall of Famers from the 2002 roster, which is insane.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Let's do a quick exercise here. Looking at the 2014 roster,
Yeah.
how many Hall of Famers do you got on there?
Okay, let's. I
Let's
like
do
this.
this.
Let's do this. Okay, Chris Kunitz is not a Hall of Famer. Sidney Crosby is a Hall of Famer, obviously. Patrice Bergeron is. Jamie Benn. He has an Art Ross, so I say he is.
Okay.
Ryan Getzlaf is. God, this is hard. Corey Perry.
Okay. I have mine sorted by points here.
Okay, Corey Perry has a lot of points.
I'm just doing it by points in this thing. Let me run down. Okay. Drew Doughty, Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Shea Weber.
Is he already in? Shea Hall of Famer.
He's not. Well, he's still
He's a
still
Hall
on
of
an
Famer.
active contract,
He's
but
a
he
Hall
will
of
be.
Famer, yeah.
Jeff Carter,
No, he's not a Hall of Famer.
Marlowe,
Gosh. Oh, Patrick Marleau is not a Hall of Famer.
Crosby,
Okay, that's a dumb question.
Getzlaf,
Yes.
Taves,
Yes.
Ben,
Yes. That's tough, Jimmy Benn. Yeah, I'll say yes.
Bouwmeester,
No.
Keith.
Yes.
Okay, and then the last couple, like I've skipped a few because they're not. But Roberto Luongo,
Yes. Ask you, PK Subban?
no. Matt Duchene,
God, no.
John Tavares,
No. John Tavares, no.
Marty St. Louis,
That's really tough. What do you think?
no.
Okay.
Carey Price, last one.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So I'm glad we're kind of on the same page. Both teams have a whole whack of Hall of Famers, but I give the edge to 2014 just because they were so dominant. And the 2002 team, even though they had so many great players in the pool play, they went 1-1-1.
Yeah.
So not good enough for me.
No.
Obviously they came out and won, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like just the pure dominance of the 2014 team. Like I don't care. Like rosters are a big thing, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's most like
It's-
if we're talking about, it's got to be an overall team.
Yeah.
And the 2014, which is the best team.
Yeah, it was for sure.
overall. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So-
what I've got.
Good. I'm glad we agree.
Yes.
I don't know if we'll agree on the rest, but
And real quick, since I did the women's, I'm going to quickly do it, even though we didn't really talk about women's. But women's for me, I got the 2014 Canadian women's team. Got a whole whack of stars. We got a whole whack of younger players all meshing together. They just dominated in the table. I don't even know what the goal differential was, but it was crazy. They destroyed. Well, they didn't destroy any. They didn't destroy Switzerland or U.S. in the semifinal or the final, but the roster to me just stands out. Whole whack of legends on there. Whole whack of players that are still playing today.
yeah.
And that's all I really got. I mean, it's hard with the women's Olympics and the World Championships and all that because it's the same team almost every time, and it's always going to be Canada, and then Canada is always going to slightly beat U.S. almost every time. That's what, in my opinion, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And that's really all I got. What do you want to do now?
I like that. I like
Yeah?
that. Still had, as you said, there's a lot of players who still play today who are on that team. Brianna Jenner, Natalie Spooner, Marie-Philippe Poulin, Jocelyn Larocque, and plus you have the Canadian GOAT, Haley Wickenheiser.
Yeah.
So it was kind of the mix of maybe her last Olympics, also Jana Hefford on that team.
Yeah, legend.
Like seriously.
Caroline Ouellette's on there too.
Yeah, it was like the transition between the team now, or the legends we have on the team now, compared with the legends of the
Back
past, don't want to say
Yeah.
generation, but
like the two generations are almost meshed. That's what it feels like, right?
And it's perfect. It's kind of like Crosby playing with McDavid now, something
That's
like
what
that.
It feels like.
And yeah, just such a dominant team. I like the pick
Like to put it in a good
lot.
perspective.
They never lost.
Put it in a good perspective. If you think about the World Cup of Hockey in 2016, if all those North American Canadians that were on that U23 team, on the North American team, if they played on Team Canada, that's what it kind of would have felt like
Yeah.
when we're looking at 2014 women's.
Yeah. Well, 5-0. Didn't lose a single game.
No.
I like the pick. I like it a lot. Let's do it.
All right. What do you got? What do you want to do next?
I'll let you pick. I picked the Olympics first, so you go next.
Let's do World Juniors. I think that's the most exciting.
Bang! World Jays. I love the World Jays.
Yes, I really do not know where you went with this.
I don't know how you don't know because I feel like
Okay, you know what? I'm curious. Did you do a runner-up? I did.
I did too. I have two.
Okay.
Yep, I'd have two.
I think the first.
You go first. Okay, let's do runner-up. Do the runner-up first.
Okay. Well, I will just say before. I think number one's pretty obvious, and then the runner is up. Runner. I only did one
I think
runner
we have
up.
the same exact list. I won't lie.
Well, my runner-up is 1995.
We do not have the same
No?
list. No, we do not.
No. 1995. They went 7-0.
Okay.
They beat up on Russia 8-5. Okay, let me just run down the scores. 7-1, 9-1, 8-3, 7-5, 6-4, 8-5, and 4-3 in the final.
Who are they playing?
They're playing bums, but remember, there's no goaltenders, and this is a star-studded team.
Name me some.
Ryan Smith, your guy.
No,
this is not really star-studded team.
Captain Canada.
I'm just saying the way that they dominated, like 3 players had more than 12 points in 7 games.
Yeah.
There's another 2 players that had 10 points. Alexander Dagg,
My goat.
your goat,
My goat.
is on the team.
Really? Okay.
Ryan Smith, Todd Harvey, you know him. Darcy Tucker's on this team. Dan Cloutier, Canucks legend.
Okay.
It's just dominance. That's how I went with that one.
Guys get the job done. And these guys did a damn good job.
Okay.
So
Let's hear
I
your
thought we
runner-up.
were going to have the same runner-up, but apparently we don't. And if your runner-up is I think we have the same number 1. But can you guess what my runner-up is? Any predictions?
Is it 03 or is it 05?
It's neither. It's neither.
2020,
Okay, maybe you don't. You have no clue what my runner-up is.
2011, 09?
Hey, wait, stop guessing. Stop guessing. The fun fact is you haven't even guessed it yet. You haven't even guessed it yet. So maybe it's not even a good runner-up, but my runner-up
15?
is the 2015
Took me a while.
World Juniors
they have got a
team.
lot of good players.
Oh my goodness, Caleb. This team, if we look at it today, is crazy. Shea Theodore, Josh Morrissey, Braden Point, Anthony Duclair, Max Domi, Connor McDavid, Nick Paul, Sam Reinhart, Curtis Lazard, Lawson Krause. And then their goalie, Eric Comrie,
There you
who
go.
at the time was the backup goalie behind Fucali. I don't know if you remember Zachary Fucali
I
in
do.
2015. I
Habs
thought he was
legend.
going to be the next
Habs legend.
Canada goalie.
No.
And then he never made the next step. So, and Eric Comrie is actually a decent goalie now. So, yeah, just off that roster alone,
No, it's a great roster.
they are stacked. And this tournament alone was insane.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at some of the teams they had to play, Team USA is just as good.
Yeah.
Like, their roster is just as stacked, and Canada was still able to win it all. I know William Nylander was in this tournament. David Pasternak was in this tournament. Like, the stars of today were
That
in
Russian
this
team.
tournament.
Was Kaprizov honestly might have been in that
Buchnevich was
team.
in the tournament. I know that.
Yeah.
I don't
I
think
bet you-
I don't know if Krill was, but like
I wonder if he was.
but
But
like I remember
anyways, that Russian team, they were weak, but they figured it out in the from what I remember, they figured it out in that playoffs, eh?
yeah.
Kaprizov was 2016.
Okay. But anyways, like even the US had Austin
No,
Matthews.
you know what? I think that roster is probably better than the 2000 or 1995.
I
to be
think no
honest.
doubt about
But
it.
I think 1995 they just dominated.
Yes.
But
my only factor is their competition was also so good. Like every team was good that year.
that's fair.
And Canada's still able to get it done.
That's
Get a
fair.
win. Anyways, that was our runner up. That's not even our number ones. So
Okay, let's hear
I
it.
think we have. I
would
actually.
assume so.
I hope we have the same number one. I really hope
Let's
we do.
hear it.
Do you want to hear mine first?
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's obvious. I think the best World Junior team of all time is the 2005 World Junior Championship team. Okay, good. Okay,
Easily.
good. It's just like
Like, if you win 6-1 against Russia in the
Yeah.
final game, I think you pretty much deserve it, especially if you win 7-3, 8-1, 9-0, 8-1, 3-1, and then 6-1.
it was kind of like the 2014 Olympic squad.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they outscored opponents 41-6 in the whole entire tournament.
They only gave up more than 2 goals in one game as the first one.
Yeah. And like their first line was made up of Ryan Getzlaff, Jeff Carter, and Andrew Ladd. Yeah. And they were a combined plus 35. And when they were on the ice, they never had an opposing goal scored against them.
And
That's a crazy
mind
stat.
you, that's their first line. Sidney Crosby is on that team at 17 years old.
Yeah,
With 9 points,
yeah.
6 goals.
Yeah, their second line, Crosby, Bergeron, Corey Perry.
That's just messed up.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like-
Bergeron on the second line ended up with like 5 goals and like 8 assists.
Right?
He had the most points and he's on the second line.
Like on the back end, Brent Seabrook, Dion Phaneuf, Shea Weber. Like these are all-star like
These like a lot of these guys are on our 2014 team.
yeah. Clark MacArthur. Don't forget about him. He's on this team.
Yeah. Cam Barker, Blackhawks legend. Anthony Stewart, Sportsnet
Anthony
legend.
Stewart, Sportsnet legend.
Mike Richards. Like,
Yeah,
man.
Mike Richards. I forgot about. Yeah, I didn't even see him. Yeah, just.
I mean, there's really not much to say. Like it was utter dominance once again.
Yeah.
And like, okay, let's figure this out. If Crosby wasn't on the team, do they still win?
Yes.
If Crosby is on that team, okay. What if they didn't have Crosby and Bergeron? Would they win? I feel like they might.
Yes.
I mean, it's tough. It'd be close, but
Like it is tough. It
would be tough when you lose your best 2 players.
You're just taking
Yeah,
players
I
off
know.
the team. At that
But like,
point.
it's just insane. Like that it's even a conversation that if you don't have Sidney Crosby or Patrice Bergeron on your team, you still might win. Like that's embarrassment of riches, right?
Well, it was just pure and utter dominance, and also this is a Russia team with Alexander Ovechkin. And they
Yeah.
still won.
Oh yeah.
Still won 6-0.
And they still won 6. Yeah, 6-1.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. 6-1.
No, you're good. Okay, and real quick, my women's World Junior team, I took 2012. That's what I got mixed up on.
Okay.
2012, they gave up 1 goal all tournament.
Nah.
Do you know who was in net? Take a guess.
Oh, who's in net? Who?
Emirates Mashmeyer.
Oh, of course it was Mashmeyer.
And yeah, they scored 25 goals in 3 pool play games. And then in the semifinals, they won 7-0, and then 3-0 in the finals against USA. Like, dominance.
Yeah.
That's literally, if they didn't give up that 1 goal, they would dominate.
And this is for U18s? Wait.
U18s. Yeah, World Junior for women's is U18s.
U18s. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm with you now.
Aaron Ambrose, Emily Clark, and Laura Stacey were the like main skaters. Like, obviously no like top tier Mary Philippe-Poulin, Nara Surs, any
Well, because they're
Sarah Nurse, not Nara Surs. But yeah. It's just dominance. Best goalie, like probably not the best Canadian goalie anymore, but was for the longest time. That's really all I got.
Well, I feel like the women's side was definitely catching up to the men's over time.
Yeah.
And so maybe nowadays it's a bit closer, but like back in like 2012 and years like that, like I'm looking at these games, they beat Switzerland 13-1 in their first game.
Yeah.
6-0 Germany next game. 7-0 against Finland. 7-0 against Sweden. 3-0 Canada. And to win the championship.
And you know what? Like, quickly just to reflect, it's cool to see the women's like hockey, like the sport, has definitely grown, and there's a lot more competition now.
And that's what I was just saying. Yeah,
and it's growing.
I think
it's crazy.
great. 100%. Like no one wants to watch pure and utter dominance for years upon years upon years. So
Yeah. All right, Jake. How about we go into the World Championships?
sure, I would love to.
And I hear how many runner-ups do you have?
I have 2 teams.
Okay.
I have 2 teams.
I've got for myself, I've got 1 and no runner-up. Like that's how good this team that I chose is.
Really? That team is that good?
Yep.
Okay. Let's hear yours first.
My top team,
No, I wanted to runner up.
I don't have a runner-up.
Okay, sorry.
My top team, 2015. Is that what you have?
Yeah, it's my top team.
Okay,
too,
I was
the
gonna
2015 team.
Yeah, I mean, 7-0. They completely dominated. You got freaking Sidney Crosby. You got 19-year-old Nathan McKinnon on that team.
Yep, made the
You
trip.
got
Matthew Shane,
yeah,
Olympian Matthew
that's
Shane.
Eberle Hall, like Hall when he was somewhat decent. Brent
Somewhat
Burns,
decent.
Ryan O'Reilly,
Uh,
Aaron Ekblad at 19 years old too.
Can you please name me the top scorer on that team?
Taylor Hall.
Jason Spezza.
Oh,
Put some
sorry,
respect
goal
on
scorer.
his name.
Yeah, goal scorer.
Nah,
Taylor Hall.
points.
Yeah,
14 points for Jason Spezza. Don't forget, he's my favorite player of all time. Some fun fact trivia. But when he was in his prime, he was an all-star. So yeah, Jason. Don't forget about Jason Spezza.
Loves Canada.
He was on that team too. Brett Burns, Ryan O'Reilly, Tyler Seguin,
Claude Giroux.
Giroux, Patrick Wierkosh, Sens legend.
Dang. Cody Eakin,
David Savard.
Braden Shen, Martin Jones, Mike Smith.
Good team.
Good team, that's for sure.
Very good team. Mine runner-up is the 1994 World Championship team.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'll just throw that out there because we already revealed our number one.
yeah.
Mine's 1994.
Who's
Great
on that
team.
team?
Great
Run it
team.
down for
Luke
me.
Robitaille.
Yep.
Paul Correa. Joe Sakic. Rob Brindamore.
Yeah, no, it's a great team, that's for sure. And I just think 2015 is better.
Oh, yeah. No, I totally agree. Like, there's not
Dominance.
much of a difference, but
Yeah.
like, there's a big difference between the two.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that 2015 team was just insane. They just decided to go all in, apparently, in 2015 and won a I guess so.
Yeah.
Like, won a championship. You got to do what you got to do. So,
Yeah.
I like that. I'm good with that pick.
My women's world championship team is from 2001. They had 29 goals for, 1 goals against in three games, 3 pool play games.
Wow.
Semifinals, they won 8-0, and then against the U.S. they won 3-2 in the finals.
Guess too.
You know, this team doesn't really have anybody. You got Cassie Campbell Pascal. That's Cheryl Poundner, TSN legend.
Cheryl Pounder. That's sick. That's a crazy pull.
Jen Botterill's on this team too. Sportsnet legend. Caroline Ouellette's on this team. That's about it. But just pure dominance. 29 goals in 3 games. Only giving up 1. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
But remember, it's competition, right?
Yeah, it's to like 2001. That was over 20 years ago now.
Yeah. Let's do our last one. The men's Summit Series / Canada Cup tournaments.
Yep.
Who do you have?
Let's do it.
Pretty sure it's pretty clear cut. I think we
Clear cut.
Did we
I
end up
take
with
2.
the top? Did we finish with the top 2? Like top 10? Did we finish with the top?
Best team all time
Thank
ever.
you. Did we finish with that?
For
all
we
3?
could pick
all 4?
one. Yeah.
No. I'm saying for each category, do we have the same team?
Oh, I think so. So
2014.
far, yes.
Yeah.
This one we could be different. This one I think we could be different though.
I don't know.
I have 2 teams here, and honestly,
Yeah.
I haven't even convinced myself which one I think is better.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're both good. I think. Okay,
Okay, let's hear your
I got a
runner-up.
team between 2. My runner-up is. I think this will be telling of which team I've actually taken.
Yep.
The 1976 Canadian Cup team.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense. That's not who I have as
Okay.
my runner-up.
25 guys in the roster.
Yep.
18 of them are in the Hall of Fame. For 72% of their whole entire roster in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like the names on this list are crazy. Bobby Orr, Dennis Potvin, Serge Savard, Bobby Clark,
Yeah.
Marcel Dion, Phil Esposito, Bobby Hall, Guy Lafleur,
Yeah.
like Lanny McDonald, Daryl Sittler. Just a crazy team. And they ended up winning in overtime in the final game to win it. It was the only time Bobby Orr ever played for Team Canada. So big tournament. And even with a battered knee, he still ended up winning the MVP.
Yeah.
Just a crazy team. And that's why they're my number.
Yeah,
That's my runner-up.
My runner-up is the 1972 Summit Series team. And this is how, like, this one is based on competition because obviously Summit Series was just Soviet Union. The Soviet Union, remember in the was the last episode, 2 episodes ago, said these Canadians were going out there to die.
Yeah.
They could have died on the ice. Obviously, we have Phil Esposito, Paul Henderson, Bobby Clark, whole whack of legends on that team too.
Wow.
But I think we're gonna do our top team. I think we got the same one. Do you want to do it at the same time?
All right.
3,
let's do it.
2, 1.
1987.
Bang! Wayne Gretzky
Canada
had
Cup team.
21 points.
Yeah, that's why I drafted him first overall on my greatest Canadian players of all
Mario
time.
Lemieux was
Watch that
only-
if you haven't watched it already.
Listen, Mario Lemieux only has 3 less points, and he's 21 years of age.
Yeah. That's true.
But we're not debating about best Canadian players right now. We're not even debating. We're just talking about top teams, right?
Yeah. At least 12 out of these 23 players are Hall of Famers.
Ray Bourque, Larry Murphy, Messier's on this team. Coffey's on this team. So many.
Doug
just
Gilmour.
Amazing. Doug Gilmour, Rick
Yep.
Tocchet, Canucks coach, which is interesting.
Yeah. Brent Suter.
Claude Lemieux,
Claude Lemieux. Yep.
Grant Fuhr as the goaltender.
And you know what, Caleb? I think we both know why this is number one.
Oh yeah.
A lot of implication
Mm-hmm.
in this one.
Yeah.
Big game against the Soviets.
Big 3 games.
Big 3 games against the Soviets. But I was more or less pinned at the last one. 5-5.
Yeah.
Big winner from Mario Lemieux.
Yep.
Yeah, it was just, a lot on the line, a lot of historical stuff. But they're able to get it done.
Once again, and yeah, crazy. Like I think we talked about it in one of the last podcasts. The final 3 series, the final series between Soviets and Canada, 6-5 OT loss, 6-5 in double OT win, and then a 6-5 win.
Wow.
In regulation. Isn't that just crazy?
That is unreal.
It is crazy.
Unreal. So maybe not the most dominant team, but they're
biggest
also
competition,
playing.
remember?
Yeah.
So-
there's a lot on the line.
Yeah.
And like this team is just like so like was it the only how many times have we seen Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux play with each other on this? And
Wayne
played
Gretzky's
this well.
played. I believe Gretzky's played in like 3 of these international type tournaments.
And Mario Lemieux though at the same time.
This was Mario Lemieux's first one, I believe.
Yeah.
So
Just like there's so many good players on this team.
yeah.
And like it meant so much for the country to get the win. That I think it deserves to be number one. So I'm glad we agree. And
Yeah.
actually we agree on all 4.
Yes, we do.
Look at that.
Bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
Well, yeah, that's
All right, I'll ask you this real quick.
Yeah.
You have to pick one team to be the best Team Canada team of all time. Any competition. Obviously not World Juniors because they're like young.
best team of all time.
You could even use the Four Nations face-off team that we just played.
No.
Okay.
So like just best on like dominance. Is this how we're gonna do it?
Best team ever.
Just like roster wise.
Just ever.
Well, I'd go with the '87 team.
Yeah.
What would you go with?
I mean, that's a big question.
I think 14's the lowest.
Really?
Yeah.
Out of the 3?
Yeah.
World Championship team too?
Oh, World Championship and the Olympic team is probably the lowest.
Okay, well the Olympic team is better.
Yeah, it is actually. So
It
it'll go.
has
I
to
think
be
if
better.
I rank 87's first, then we got the World Junior team.
Yeah.
Then we've got
No World Juniors.
Okay, then it's 87.
This is the best.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. We got the 87 team. Then we got the Olympic team.
I
14,
agree.
and
I agree.
15 was the.
Yeah, the 87 team, just because you like Wayne Sidney Crosby on the 2014 team is the
Yeah.
only, like, there's a difference between amazing superstars and, like, generational talents.
Yeah.
And Sidney Crosby is a generational talent, and he's the only generational talent on the team. Yeah. This, like,
The 87 team,
yeah,
you've
Wayne
got, like,
Gretzky,
5.
Lemieux, and Messier. And
Bork.
Bork
was the best, like in the NHL, best Canadian defenseman, and
Right.
Best defenseman.
What do you
of
think?
all
And,
time.
like, you can even throw Paul Coffey in there. Dale
Paul
Howard
Coffey too. Yeah,
like not obviously that generational player, but like a superstar.
he's there. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. too many superstars on this 87 team to not pick them as the best team of all time.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
I'm glad we can agree on that. So, yeah, no disagreeing this episode.
Yeah. We are done with the international talk. We're going into some junior and USports. USports isn't junior, but it's just going to be short and sweet.
I love me some junior hockey.
Do you want to do USports or do you want to do
love me some junior
CHL
hockey.
first?
First, what is USports, Caleb? Let's tell the crowd. Maybe people, obviously, I think everyone should know what USports is, but let's explain what it is. It's a big thing. It's a big thing. And as we know, we talk about everything Canadian hockey. So
it's Canadian hockey.
Tell us about it, Caleb. USports.
Well, USports, all these Canadian universities, a lot of them have a hockey team. They all participate in a regional loop or league. So in Ontario, we've got the OUA with a couple Quebec teams.
Yep.
There's a league out east, and then there's also
the Canada West.
Canada West is out west, and then there's a league out east that I'm currently struggling to remember. But basically, from those 3 loops, they take the top best 2 or 3, and in some cases 4, depending who's on hosting.
Yep.
They take those and they have a national, it's nationals. Those 8 teams are in a pool and I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
8 teams and they battle to death, I guess.
Yeah, you did a great job. They take the top 2 teams from each thing and they get 2 wildcard teams.
And the host
so the host team and a wildcard team.
So
and
this year the OUA has 4. The
Yep.
OUA has 4 teams and both the other 2 loops have 2.
Yeah.
So in OUA we had Concordia win.
Yep.
In the OUA, and they don't have the 1 seed. I think they got the 3 seed actually.
Really? They did have the best record in OUA
They
overall.
did. Oh yeah, and we were actually there in person to watch that final.
We did get to see them win. Good team.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they beat our home crowd TMU.
Yeah. TMU is ranked 4th. Fun fact.
So they're right beside each other in the rankings.
Yeah.
You know what? I think it makes sense. Kind of.
We're not really going to go in depth for each matchup, but we're going to just kind of say our winner and why.
Yeah, just to we all know how big the NCAA is in the States.
Yeah.
But Canada has their own version, and it is, I'd say it's thriving a little bit. We just got a big rule change. That now, I believe I'm going to explain this right. Professional players, there used to be a time period where they have to wait at least a year before they can go from the pros to USports. Now that is no longer. You can transfer whenever you want. There's no grace period.
No.
Which is huge.
It is huge. A lot of those OHL players that can't find a spot on another pro team.
Yeah.
They are coming to the USports, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool, and now they don't have to wait. A lot of these rookies that are on USports right now, a lot of them had to wait a year after OHL to come over. So
which sucks.
That's unfortunate, and USports is just going to get better since there's no grace period anymore, and you can just hop on in. So, I mean, it's pretty big news given all these players have a spot to play for the next year after OHL.
Right. And just for people who don't know USports, it's good hockey.
It is.
A lot of all these players,
rough
if
and
not
tough.
if not all of them, are ex OHL stars,
almost all of
role
them.
players. These are good players. Like Logan Thompson, the best goalie in the NHL right now in 2020, played for the Brock Badgers.
Yeah.
A USports team.
Yeah.
So it's a joke that's it's a league. It's a league that is still on the rise, but it's definitely got some very good quality players. In it.
It does have some good quality. I think we've seen 3 or 4 players pan out to the NHL.
Yeah.
Derek Ryan is the other one. That's pretty big.
This league maybe is not a really development league for the NHL.
No. It's just a league.
It's a league.
To be honest.
You get your education and you get to continue to play hockey.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. It is really fun. I don't know how many games I've been to. Obviously all OUA, but it's really fun. I saw some crazy fights. A couple line brawls. It is fun hockey. You can watch for free too online.
Yeah.
I mean,
OUA.com.
It's really fun in person
TV.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get to this bracket. The bracket right now So 8 teams.
Yep.
We have Mount Royal playing the TMU Bolt.
Yep.
And we also have the defending champions, the University of New Brunswick, playing the Ottawa GGs.
Yep.
The University of Ottawa. And then the 3 to 6 seed, we have Moncton playing the OUA champs Concordia. And then I believe the Canada West champion Saskatchewan will play the Queens Gales, who ended up placing 3rd
With bronze.
in the OUA.
Let's just let's hear who you have as your winner.
You want to hear my winner?
Yeah.
Okay, my winner. It's gonna be a bit boring, but especially last year and this year, they only lost 2 games overall the whole entire year.
Yeah.
It's just too different. They do it different in New Brunswick. It's gonna be the University of New Brunswick for me to win USports.
Okay.
They come in as the number 1 seed. Last year, they literally didn't lose a single game in any competition, winning gold with ease.
Yeah.
And I think they're gonna do it again. It's just I don't know what they really treat their hockey program with a different level over there, and they do it right. And yes, I know hockey's only 60 minutes and anything could happen, but this team is built to win championships, and they're gonna win another one here.
Yeah. And just like almost like we don't have much knowledge on this, take this as a March Madness bracket. That's how I'd say it, right? My team is the University of Saskatchewan, the Huskies.
Wow.
The winners of Canada West this year. I believe they
Yeah.
won that last year too. Was it Mount Royal? No. Who was the other West team? But they fought back and forth. I believe they
It is
split
Mount
their
Royal.
series. Yeah, Mount Royal. They split in the regular season, and then they went to overtime. The final game, like the gold medal game, which is pretty crazy. But they came out on top, and I just hoping a prayer going with the Huskies. Cool
You
logo
know
too.
what?
It's
I don't know if I agree.
no,
Like the Huskies, don't get me wrong, they're a great team coming as the number 2
Yeah.
seed. But the UNB only lost 2 games all year. All
upset.
year.
I'm going for an upset.
Like I don't think you can beat that, man. They just do
Going
it
with an
different.
upset.
Go Reds, go.
All right.
Just kidding. Go Bold, go. But like I don't think Team U's doing anything,
No.
fortunately. But hey, who knows?
Who knows? That's why they play the games. All right.
That's
CHL.
Yes.
So basically, my idea for this is that we'll just kind of give our prediction of who's going to win each league. So WHL, QM, JHL, and then OHL, or something like that. And just go from there. And then maybe we'll do a Mem Cup winner.
What about women's USports? Because I'm on the University of New Brunswick page right now, and it says their women's team is going to play a game against UF team. Wait, okay, Caleb, how far is the little place of Elmira from you?
15 minutes.
Yeah, the UNB is going to play. It says UNB is going to play UFT and Elmira, Ontario.
Holy frick, is it really in Elmira, Ontario?
Fuck
Nah.
off. The whole
That's
thing.
all the whole thing is. Wait,
No, it's not, bro.
that's what it says.
That's
Like,
all-
everything's is in
This
Elmira,
tournament's
Ontario.
a joke, bro. If it's all in Elmira, come on. They
Wait.
can do that. They can do women better than
It's
that,
good. They
bro.
got a good rink.
TD plays versus Elmira, Ontario.
I'm trying to see, like, is this legit?
A
It's
pro-
a neutral site, but
a
like,
professional team plays in the TD place. Elmira, Ontario. I haven't even heard of that place before.
all right, Jake. Let's hear your women's youth sports.
Let's hear
Team.
my women's U Sports prediction. Gosh. There's some good teams.
A lot of great teams, eh?
A lot of great teams. A lot of dynasties
Oh yeah.
looking to be created here. But my choice to win USports, I don't even have the bracket up, but I already know who's gonna win. It will be from the RSEQ, the Concordia Stingers. Only losing 1 game all year long. And if I think I'm right, they won USports last year
Really?
for the women's division. I could be wrong. I'm going to fact check that
Well-
right now. But like,
I'm going with a little bit of a different mindset. Tournament is hosted in Elmira, Ontario. You know what's 10 minutes away from Elmira, Ontario? Waterloo.
Waterloo, yeah.
Waterloo is the 8th seed. They're taking on the number 1 seed, Alberta. I'm taking Waterloo all the way. Bang.
That's a joke.
They got the hometown crowd. Got the hometown advantage.
That's you know what? Maybe, but Concordia literally has won 2 championships in the last 3 years. And as I said, looking to become a dynasty. A dynasty is 3 championships, and this is it. It's the Stingers' destiny. Waterloo is a school for computer science, not for sports.
No, none of these schools are for sports, to be honest.
Too good of a team.
Yeah. Alrighty. CHL now, Jake?
Yes.
All right. Do you want to just
Yes.
quickly, we'll just make our prediction. If you have a couple words, you can say that, and then we'll get on with our day.
Sure.
Wrap her up.
Yeah, sure.
Alrighty. Do you want to start with WHL?
The WHL. So there's a couple good teams out here.
There is.
They could definitely pick from.
A lot of good players, I think. WHL's
Yeah,
got the
the
best, most players. Best players, at least.
No.
Out of the 3?
No, the OHL has the best players.
OHL is debatable, but
I think
I
you
know
debate.
the East has by far got the least.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
But they're like right now the Everett Silvertips, very good team. Very good team. They have a young Landon DuPont, obviously a Carter Bear, who's tearing it up right there this year. And they're leading the dub with 100 points exactly, only losing 12 times, 4 overtime losses, 4 shootout losses, but who's counting?
Nobody's counting.
And the team that's right behind them is the Medicine Hat Tigers. And I really like Medicine Hat. I really do. I'm actually just trying to find out because I know Caden Lindstrom, drafted 4th overall this last draft, missed majority of the season with a back injury. And if you think about it, a player who just went in the top 5 picks is on a team with still 94 points, second in the WHL, and he's not even on the team. And I'm trying to see if he's coming back because I feel like I saw an article that he could potentially come back for maybe the playoffs. And that would be huge. That's massive if he comes back. But I can't seem to find anything on it, unfortunately.
But
still,
your pick?
My pick is Medicine Hat Tigers.
Okay.
I still think they're good enough even without Caden Lindstrom, or with Caden Lindstrom just pushes them up even more. Yeah. I think we all know who is on that team.
Yeah.
Gavin McKenna, just insane numbers.
Yeah.
Insane numbers.
Future Flame.
If the Flames suck that much, yeah, I think he could be a future Flame. But even on the back end, like Tanner Mollendijk, we saw him at the World Jays. Yeah. He could play that super shutdown role when needed. It's just I think they're too good of a team. I don't want to pick Everett either, even though Everett is technically the number 1 team.
Yeah.
I
want to hear mine?
Yeah, let's hear yours. Sorry, I'll let you talk.
No, you're good. I'm going with, you're gonna like this one, the Calgary Hitmen.
Yes,
your boy.
Yes, Yakimchuk.
Your boy Carter Yakimchuk.
I like the pick.
You got Sawyer Mignot on there. Flames prospect.
They did a lot
Axel
of work.
Hertig.
Sorry, you go on.
It's just a great team. Their defense, only one player on their D-core is not drafted in the NHL.
That is
actually 2.
Yeah. No, they did a lot of work this season to get ready. Going into after last year, that team was not very good.
No.
And they added a lot during the offseason. And
Tanner Howe.
Yeah, Tanner Howe. A lot during the offseason and a lot during the trade deadline to buff this team up, and they are ready for a long run.
Yeah. They got that 08 kid. And they got Noah Kosick, born in 2008. Yeah. It's just that's who I'm going with. It's they're currently second in their conference or whatever.
Yeah, I like
conference.
that pick a lot actually.
That's who I'm going with.
You know what? Actually, they're definitely probably my don't want to count Everett out, but they're definitely my second pick.
Well, Everett's got to go through the West, as the Medicine Hat and Calgary have to go through the East.
Yeah.
So, I bet you Silvertips make it all the way to the final, but We'll
You
see.
know what? Yeah. Yeah. Like, okay, so reading right now that Lindstrom could be back, but we'll see. If he comes back, that's insane. But yeah, let's move on. Let's move on from the WHL.
Let's do Q. What do you want to do? Oh,
Q. Let's save the O for last.
okay.
To the Q. QMJHL.
Yep.
Let me put it up right there. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go flat out. I got the Moncton Wildcats.
Yeah, so do I. But
That's who I'm going with.
I have the same play. I have the same team actually. Just because they are way too dominant out there, and I also think the QMJ is weaker.
It's really weak.
It definitely is, and I really like some of their players. They have Sumpf, the Germany World Juniors legend. He was really cool.
Yeah.
And they also have Caleb Desnoyers. I said that so wrong. Oh God, cut that out, please. I tried to say it. I know how to say it, but I try to say it way too fast.
It's all good, man. You got a Crosby on the team too.
They do.
Logan Crosby.
How do you say his last name? I remember watching Denoye.
Yeah.
I remember watching him at the Prospects game. He was really good. Really good. Really good player. Very skilled. First overall draft pick in the 2023 QMJ draft.
Yeah.
So that says something a lot.
There you go. Any other thoughts on the Q?
No. I just think that this Moncton team is going to.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I haven't watched a single Q game, so it's just a March Madness pick.
I have a lot of family out east who are actually big Halifax Moosehead fans, and also K. Brent Screaming Eagles fans.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for them, the Halifax Mooseheads suck. So this is the year of the Moncton Wildcats. Also, their goalie, Rousseau, World Juniors legend.
There you go.
Last season. I don't know if you remember that. He's overage. Unfortunately, couldn't play this year.
Where is he now?
He's in Moncton.
There you go.
So he's still he's overage. He's 20.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But I don't know if you remember, but Rousseau had a crazy time at the World Jays. So, I think that's having a good goalie is obviously going to make you have a long playoff run.
Yeah.
So I think that's huge.
All right. Do you want to move on to the O, and then we'll wrap her up?
Yes, I want to move on to the OHL. I love the OHL. I watch a lot of I think I watch a decent amount of the OHL.
Yeah.
I love the OHL. Season ticket holder for your Kingston Frontenacs.
Yep.
Who I think, I won't be biased, but the Fronts are gearing up for a long playoff run. So will they be my pick? Will they be my pick to win the OHL?
Let's name drop your guy too.
Lucas Moore. Shout out Lucas Moore, my guy. He lives with me, so he's a beauty. Any NHL teams listening to this, check out Lucas Moore highlights. Number 4 for the Kingston Frontenacs, 6'2", 200-pound right-handed defenseman. Make sure to check out his tape because he's going to get drafted this year, and your team needs to be the team that drafts him. Okay, moving on.
Is he going to be on the pod?
Maybe one day. If we, you know what, he'll be. I can definitely convince him.
All right.
Let's get to our picks.
Who do you have?
You want me to start?
OHL.
Okay, now
Winner.
this is hard. Both divisions have their things that stick out. The East is deep. The West is top heavy. But I think there's one there's one obvious choice, and they're such a good team. They won the O last year, lost in the championship game against Saginaw. That is the London Knights. I haven't even confirmed my pick yet. But if I had to say one, let's confirm it. I'm going to say I hate to say it, but the London Knights will be OHL champions. They are too good. They've only lost 12 games all year.
It's pretty
already
crazy.
at 108 points. They dominate every team they play. And unfortunately, the politics in the OHL or the money is all in London. And London buys any player they want. And so London has stacked up. And they don't even have Cameron Allen right now, who is in jail. And he's a crazy good defenseman. And it doesn't even matter. They're still going to win. That's my pick. I want to hear yours.
To save your soul, I'm going back-to-back. I'm going to go with the Saginaw Spirit.
No, that is not a good pick.
Zane Parekh.
The thing
got
about
Michael Misa.
That's cool and all, Kill, but the thing is that the Saginaw Spirit actually sold at the deadline.
Doesn't matter.
They actually traded their World Juniors champion Joey Willis. They traded their captain Ethan Hay.
It doesn't matter.
Both to Kingston.
the locker room is great right now. Got rid of the cancers, and we're winning.
I don't know if they were the cancers. I don't know if you count your captain the cancer.
We're winning. We're bonding together. They thought that we were gonna die. We're all gonna blow. They thought Saginaw was gonna blow up. We're in a playoff spot.
Yeah.
We're winning the whole thing.
You know what?
We got the best player in the OHL.
Ooh, that is very
Zane Parekh.
Okay, I don't think he's the best player on his team, but
no, second best.
Michael
Best
Misa is
defenseman.
definitely the best player on his team. Best defenseman in the OHL. I could agree with you on that. Maybe Sam Dickinson, who plays for your London Knights. But like the thing about this Saginaw team is they did sell at the deadline. They traded their captain, as I already said. Traded their Joey Willis, who is World Juniors champion.
No, I think
why? I don't know
together
why.
and win.
I don't know why they did all those trades, but you know what? You're right. They have the all-star talent. They are champions. I'll give it to you. I just don't see it. They don't have the depth that other teams do.
It's all good. We're gonna find out soon.
By
the time this pod comes out, we're gonna be like, it's probably 2 weeks in, eh?
For the playoffs?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Probably wrap it up right now. Every team's pretty much got 3 games left. So this weekend is probably the last weekend of games.
There you go.
And then we both pick West team, so I'll pick an East team. It will be the Kings Frontex.
There you go. My East team.
Just kidding. My East team. Actually, you go first.
My East team. I'm gonna go with. Let's just do like. Frick it. We'll go with Brampton Steelheads.
No, okay.
No.
You know what? I like it. No, good
pick. You don't want to go with the Brampton Steelheads?
No, Brampton, tough start of the year. Had a way better team on paper than they actually performed.
They got Carson Rycroft.
I know that. I know who they have. They have Porter Martone. They have Jack Ivikovic.
They're
a good team.
Flames prospect Luke Misa.
Yes, they do. Good team. Bad start of the year. Turn it around. I love Kingston. I think they're gearing up for a long playoff run. But I'll go with the Oshawa Generals.
Okay. Interesting.
If I'm being real, this team is super deep. Made a lot of acquisitions during the offseason. Jacob Oster, OHL goaltender of the year last year.
Okay.
Good team. Also, Brantford's scary.
They're scary.
And so is Barry. And so is Kingston.
I was thinking Barry.
Screw it. Kingston's my pick.
There's a lot of B's.
Kingston Frontex will win the OHL. Kingston Frontex and Flames prospect Jacob Battaglia will be.
There you go. Bang.
Memorial Cup champions.
Alrighty.
Right, you heard it.
Alrighty. Do you want to wrap her up, Jake? Any more thoughts?
No, I don't got any more thoughts.
Alrighty.
Do you want to do a Mem Cup champion?
Yeah, my Mem Cup is going to be. You know what? Frick it. We're going with Rimouski, hometown.
Wow. Okay, Rimouski. Okay, you know what? I like it. I know you said QMJ is the worst of the 3 leagues.
I'm going with the home crowd advantage.
You know what? I like it. It worked for Saginaw last year.
It
did. I'll go with the London Knights, a.k.a. Kingston Frontex. I think the London Knights are the strongest team in the country. They've been number one or treated number one with Moncton all year long in the CHL rankings. I hate to say it, but I'll go with London just because they're too good.
Alrighty. Well, I think that's going to do it for today's pod. Thanks so much for listening. You have any more final thoughts? Check us out where?
On Instagram.
Yes.
On YouTube. Screw it. On TikTok. Check us out on all platforms. If you want any more content, we got tons more coming. We got some fun content too that you're definitely gonna want to check out.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for listening. Stay tuned for week 6 next week.
Final
Peace
week
out.
of Spirit Live. See you guys.
See ya.